Peace, peace, peace. What's good? Real Birdman Jr. back at you. Been a long time since I came out with my voice these days, but thanks to the new subscribers, and I hope everybody's been doing good. Just want to come on here for a few, and been having some deep conversation with Sister Myra, and getting back into the mix of things. Took a little break, but there's no breaks really in this particular dimension that we're in, because we are at war. But just a few things to touch on is, again, family members, people who just now waking up and getting into this esoteric knowledge. Just know that this ain't nothing that you should be going back and bragging about. What you do have you have a commitment to the spiritual world to do this stuff, but you can't take it to every person in your family. You have to know that there's only a few chosen out of this. I think the old saying is, many are called and few are chosen, something like that. And you have to look at it that way. Now, granted, you could tell a few people about this stuff and they may get it, but they're not going to get it right off the bat. And don't assume that, and don't be wishing that shit, because you're in for a long journey. And it is a lonely one. It is a lonely one. And it will make you think about doing things differently, but you have to stick to it, because once you cross that bridge, there's no turning back. And again, this journey is for a special few. Maybe 2 out of 30 members in your family, or hell, maybe 1 out of 4 in your family, but you got it. You got it. So you're not walking amongst the dead anymore. Your third eye is resonating. Your vibration is resonating. Your kundalini is rising. Just the mere fact that you are into this particular type of knowledge and you want to study it more, that ought to tell you something about your spirit. Your spirit is calling you to do this. Not everybody's alarm clock is tuned to go off at the same time. Your spirit has a different path for you. Sometimes, the spirit's trying to beat you over the head with it and you're just not getting it. And I've been there before. But it's still going to keep beating you over your head until you finally get it. And again, it could be a lonely one too. And isolation is good, and being alone is good. It helps you find yourself. Granted, it does get lonely out here, but when you do the work, you'll see the results. And by doing the work, that means studying everything. Just don't stick to one particular subject. Just don't stick to Egypt. Just don't stick to the Orishas. Just don't stick to Islam, and just don't stick to the Bible. Study it all. Don't throw anything out, because everything is fragmented. And that's where we are today. Everything is broken into fragments. When people used to conquer religions and conquer cities, they would take pieces of what they need and burn and throw away the rest. And they took what they need. And then the conquerors down the line, whenever they came and invaded stuff, they took what they wanted and they burned the rest. And that's what you see going on here today, including right now, present day, when you're watching TV. You know what I'm saying? Just like the news media, they only give you a little bit of bits and pieces of what they want you to hear, but they also control the narrative. But that's why it's important to study everything, so you'll get the narrative and you'll be ready for these type of situations. So study everything, and that's the key to learning. You should be wanting to, and have the urge to learn everything when you're on this particular path. Because staying stagnated and stagnant and just in one particular subject, you're just going to beat people overhead. You're just going to say, I'm the biggest, greatest debater on this topic. Learn something else. And this shit is not about to be debated. People who's still in this type of knowledge still think you got to debate and your opinion is right and you're wrong and this is the way I see it. Okay, that's the way you see it. And live on with it. That's the way you see it. You ask me, what do I think about it? I don't know. You tell me. It's your thoughts. It's your world. Everybody can give their take on things, but it's up to you. It's up to you. You know what I'm saying? Because we all out here think we get it, and a lot of us don't. And our arguments and, oh, I beat him over the head with this knowledge. Yeah, you beat somebody else over the head who keeps talking that shit, and you get tired of hearing it, and you fall back. You know what I'm saying? You like Fat Joe and them. You just lean back. Always observe. Don't come out and act like you got something to prove out the races, because we know the person who talks the most is probably fucked up and just attention hogging. And I get it. Some people are hungry and some people are starving for this knowledge, but also you have to play your role and sit back and know the ones that have come before you, and pay homage and respect that people who've been putting out this shit for years and who've been getting chastised. But now anybody who used to be a conspiracy theorist are sure looking pretty good right now, looking real good. Vegas odds real good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just a little quick one. Wanted to drop off to you. I appreciate everybody, checking out the channel and tuning in, but we have to do this ourselves. Only thing I can do is put out some messages, check them out, apply them to your everyday life. But this is the work that's got to be done by you and you only. So appreciate it, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.